They think they've fixed the APRS problem with a new firmware update. I'm going to figure it out today. Another thing that they did that's very curious, this has got to be the first consumer direct brand created radio that only has Linux and Mac OS update software. You cannot update the firmware on this currently using Windows. So I'll try them both. You get a programming cable with your radio, and it's got one of those, I call these Motorola plugs, I forget what they're actually called, and then the USB to serial adapter in the chip, and then I've got a USB-A to USB-C because I live in 2026 now. So I plug that in, which should then show up as a port. Oh look, now I need to allow accessories to connect. Allow! And I'm going to screw it down to make sure that I have good solid connection throughout the entire process of this firmware upgrade. Finger tight is good enough. Do we have the right port? I need to click refresh. We have refreshed. And now I have this USB serial 10 port. That must be the one because it wasn't there when I didn't have it plugged in. And then what is this? It's going to ask me the radio name. So this works for a bunch of different radios. I'm going to have to keep this one handy. HA1G, HA1UV, I could have used that. HD2, but this is the HA2. Please turn off the device. Did that. Press and hold PTT and PF1 buttons at the same time. PTT and PF1, those are the two buttons on the side. And then turn on the radio and enter the mode for flashing software. PTT, PF1, turn on. And the radio is going to light up and the screen is going to remain black. That is perfectly fine. That is firmware update mode. You'll get no feedback and you'll like it. And then in here, we go to pick our firmware file, and I'm going to pick my 004 version. This is the APRS testing version. Okay. And then I'm going to hit download. And we get a little progress indicator on this screen, but the radio is doing nothing. So I'll be back with any interesting drama, if there is any interesting drama. Drama is something you pay to see. Drama is something that you don't want to see. This file is only 800K, and it takes forever to download. One of these days, ham radio will make it into the 2020s. Leave a comment down below. What year do you think ham radio will make it into the 2020s? The 2060s? The 3000s? And we're done. And you know you're done because the download button has turned blue from gray. And the radio has rebooted itself. It looks like it saved the channels. Awesome. Install and see if there's any gotchas from upgrade. There's a file called .deb. I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to click install package. Ask for my password. It installs. Shows up in the start menu. And it runs. That was easy. Pick my port. I don't have it plugged in. Hit refresh. Now that I've plugged it in, pick my port. It's the only one available, so it must be that one. Pick my radio type. It's still DHA2. Follow the instructions on the screen for pressing the magic button salute. Find the firmware file. Select. And download. And it's doing the thing. No drama. I like it. It's kind of the way Linux is. And the app looks pretty similar. So it's a portable backend. That's pretty nice. This is kind of monumental for ham radio. This means that we're going to get much more support from Retevis on Linux and Mac OS machines. Beautiful. So one of the problems that we had with this radio was that it was transmitting APRS on the wrong frequency. So I'm going to turn it on. APRS switch is on. TX frequency is selected channel, no. 144.390. So when it was set to 144.390 on the radio, it was actually transmitting on a different frequency. So I'm going to say select. We already got the first transmit, and I've got transmit set to 30 seconds is as tight as I can get it. So I'm going to take my other radio that listens on APRS frequencies. Then I'm going to turn on my 705 over here that has a waterfall display on it. And we're going to go to 2 meter FM. Oh, look at that. Yuck. Okay, that was that one that just transmitted, and it was the correct frequency. And if you remember, that was the message. So problem 1 has been fixed. We are now transmitting on the appropriate outbound frequency as programmed into the radio. Nice. And then if you look, the radio is set to transmit on 2 meter call with the PTT. So it does have the ability to change frequency, TX, and then change back to your frequency. Beautiful. All right, so now where this is supposed to get really interesting is in Bluetooth. I'm going to turn that off. Bluetooth power, micro speaking, internal speaker. Okay, where is it? BT call menu. Where's BT call? There it is. Why it's in BT call, I don't know, but let's go into BT call. Look at that. Okay, so first off, I'm going to go back and disable the automatic transmission, and it does have smart beaconing. So not only did I set it up for a 1 hour beacon, I also set it up for smart beaconing. Now let's go back to Bluetooth, and let's go into BT call, and let's turn on the KISS TNC. The Bluetooth version is lower than, I can't do it. Just for grins, you know how I like to play with stuff. I'm going to do this app talk thing that I didn't remember from before. App talk, switch to app talk mode? Sure. Successfully set. And Bluetooth is lower than 1213. Okay, so one last thing they gave me is an APK for Android. So I'm going to load that on my phone and we'll take a look at that. So we've got this app called Retevis OTA, and it's searching for local Bluetooth devices. And one of them is the Ailunce HA2, because I got the radio right here and it's turned on. And this is going to allow me to do the upgrade. So at the bottom there is an upgrade button. I'm going to tap it and it gives me the firmware version for the Bluetooth, which is actually kind of interesting. So this is why we got the Bluetooth error on the radio itself. We hit upgrade and it says check file, disable, shutdown. So it's doing its thing, and we're updating. It says be updating. Nice. This is much faster than the USB serial crap we were doing earlier. It also might be a smaller file, but 0.59 megs, so 600K versus 800K. Upgrade is complete. Sure. Radio's rebooting. Last time we were getting an error message that we couldn't do it. Bluetooth call, Bluetooth KISS TNC, switch to KISS TNC mode. Yes. Successfully set. Done. Now what? The now what part's actually kind of easy. It's open up APRSDroid and figure it out. Got APRSDroid open. Let's go into the menu up here in the corner. Preferences. Connection preferences. Connection protocol is KISS. Keep it stupid simple. Connection type is Bluetooth. Client mode. Bluetooth device. And it should be in here. Why are we not in here? So you got to go back out to your OS level Bluetooth and pair with it there instead of pairing with it in the app. And then you can pair with it in the app. Okay. I guess technically in the radio, I shouldn't need APRS on at all. So I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to change my frequency to APRS in the radio because now I'm controlling it with APRSDroid. Start tracking. Send position. It's sent to position. Okay, awesome. That's working out good. Do it again. It's working. Let's look at the 705. So if I click send position on the APRSDroid app on the phone, I'm sending my position out. Sweet. All right, so I've got the radio that I'm transmitting from. This is just going to receive it and show it pretty on the waterfall, and then this one here should show a message. So let's do send position again. Switch to APRS, it received it. I'm going to turn this radio off, which clears out its memories. And then if I go there, you see no teammate information. This is me on this radio, KM9G. And then I see no information, which means nobody sent anything. Send position now. Red light, transmitted. Look, there I am. I'm 3,549 feet away, but that's because of where I set my coordinates. This is my message list. This is KM9G12. And then under KM9G12, I'm going to send a message to myself. Hello from HA2. We'll say OK. And we should see this radio transmit. And we should see this radio receive it. And we should see a new message over here. Done, done, done. All right, we've got it. We've got the acknowledgement back. So let's look at the screen over here. Okay, to see the message. Hello from HA2. Okay, so this is fun. This is where my usage of this doesn't line up with the testing here. So I'm going to send 2 A's. Is that going to send it? I'm not receiving the messages from here. Which SSID do I have set up here? Okay. That might be why. This is KM9G-1. So now this one says KM9G-1 and it says hi. This is transmitted. So now we're getting super complicated. I'm going to use the HT app. Okay, so there's the H that I sent. KM9G-1, which is APRSDroid on this phone, colon, hello from Big Red. So I should watch this radio transmit. Red light? Red light. This radio has transmitted. Okay, so I'm going to hit the send button on the HT software for this radio. Okay, now that you guys are stopped, can you hold on for a second? I'm going to hit send on the HT software. This radio should transmit. I haven't done it yet. Send. That radio is transmitted. That radio has received. APRSDroid isn't receiving. That is very strange. All right, as best as I can tell, this thing is sending from the software, but it's not receiving anything. So I'm kind of stuck.